Nokia. I was going to tell you to our viewers. A very good afternoon to you, Mark.
Good afternoon, Nina.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me. And of course, I do own a Nokia.
I can see that. Yes, it is a Nokia.
In my opinion, I think the new line of Nokia is one of the best in the market at the moment. Really, really good value for money.
All right. And I'm sure my bosses wouldn't kill me for asking this. And trust me, they know this is not PR. And because before I came here, before I met you in the boardroom, I was seated with the CEO.
Okay.
And everybody has the same question. What happened?
Okay.
Nokia, by the way, has been in existence since 1865. That's more than 100 years.
Yes.
But you were in business for such a long time, dominated, as I've just read, and then all of a sudden Nokia went on a slowdown or disappeared. So what exactly happened? At least for the purpose of our viewers and Nokia lovers, it's only fair that we clarify that.
Okay, so I think the first thing that I'd like to clarify is that, yes, we are selling Nokia devices, but the company that I work for isn't Nokia.
All right.
So I can't speak extensively about Nokia.
Yes.
But what I can tell you is that, yes, Nokia has been in existence for over 100 years, and it's a company that has gone through periods of transition, having been in existence for such a long time, periods of change. And for me personally, it's really encouraging to see a company that is able to go through all these different cycles and always come out on the end. So just to clarify who we are.
Yeah, we are going to, of course, I'm going to ask you,
Okay.
Since you've already gotten there, just
Yes,
go ahead.
because I'm sure people are wondering, okay, so
ahead.
if it doesn't work for Nokia, who is it?
Go ahead, Mr. Musimi.
So it is HMD Global, and HMD Global is a Finnish-based startup with the exclusive license to design, manufacture, distribute, and market Nokia feature phones, smartphones, and tablets. We've been in cooperation since December 2016. And in that period, we've been able to establish ourselves in 80 markets.
Wow.
And our phones are selling in over 170 markets around the world. So in such a short period of time, we've been able to really increase our range of presence. And it's largely to do with our unique business model. We work a lot with the best in class companies, so such as Nokia itself, Google, and Foxconn, who manufacture our products. Foxconn are the makers of the Apple iPhone, Sony TVs, and PlayStations.
All right.
Yeah.
And why our interest was in Nokia in particular was because of their evolution process. We want to take a look at the evolution of phones, where we started from you remember the telephone, literally, where you used to go round in circles as you're trying to make or rather dial a number, to smartphones now. If you had something to speak on the evolution of phones, what exactly would you say about it? Just to give us a slight highlight of where we came from and where we are now. Okay,
so especially when I look at Africa, we have really embraced mobile phone.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a start. Kenya is considered one of the global leaders in people accessing the internet through their mobile phone. I think it stands at about 83%, ahead of even Nigeria, which is at 81%. So as Africa, we've taken this technology and we've really made it our own. We are now using it not just to communicate, but to do business,
especially the M-Pesa.
Yes, to learn. So it's really, really interesting what's happened with mobile phones. I know if you showed my kids the phone you said with the rotary dial, they wouldn't even know that that is a phone.
All right, now, innovation is a good thing, like what Steve Jobs or BlackBerry did at the turn of the millennium. So are we on the right track?
I would say that yes, we are on the right track. just, you know, seeing in the industry what the mobile has been able to do, people have got access to a lot of information. Sometimes it's a little bit too much information, but it is still information. There's news that you can get right on your fingertips. I'm sure there are some viewers who are catching this show right from their mobile phones.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it has really helped to make the world a really smaller place. You're able to connect with family that doesn't necessarily live in the same place that you do. So I think I would say that we're in the right track, because when I then think that would I go a day without having my phone on me, and I can't imagine how that day would look like.
Yeah, of course. And that's when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you're looking at?
Exactly.
Now, just to move away from business and to move away from the mobile phones and us being on the right track, earlier today we had a conversation on another show that we do, and we were talking about how social media, of course, which has been really, really supported by mobile phones, has ruined a lot of the young people's minds. I mean, there's a lot of cyberbullying, there's a lot of perception on how people live lives. You've seen young people go to an extent to try and look like that celebrity.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So from where you sit, what actually would be your take on this? Regardless of the fact that it is bringing in a lot of business, and we are going to go back to that, but what is your notion? I mean, you've just mentioned that you're a father and you have kids.
Yeah.
So what would you say about that, Mark?
So I would look at it in two ways. So obviously there's the good aspects of social media, the ability to share information amongst ourselves, the ability to connect with people of different cultures. But then, as you've also rightly said, there's the downside to it, the cyberbullying, the crimes that are also perpetrated through this channel. But I think all in all, as parents, or what I would try to do is, as much as possible, to limit the use of social media, really try to moderate it, because, you know, anything, you know, that is done in excess can be a bad thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to HMD Global, it is a partnership with Nokia, as you have said. And you also partner with iPhones?
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
we don't partner with iPhones, but we are made by the same manufacturer that makes the iPhone.
All right. So after the disappearance, now coming back to the business aspect of this whole conversation, after the disappearance of Nokia, as I said earlier, what would you, because I'm sure it still have lovers. It still has its fans out there, and there's still people who are using it. As much as the other phones, the iPhones and the Samsungs have come out, people are still loyal to this phone. So what are we set to see as Nokia is setting its comeback, or it has already come back?
Okay, so, you know, you're right. We've been really humbled by the support and love that we've gotten from Nokia fans around the world.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Last year, our website was visited 87 million times.
Wow.
Over the course of last year, we sold 70 million phones. And we reached #1 in feature phone globally from a value terms. And our smartphone was top 5 in about 15 markets. So this has been really encouraging, because, as you said, there was a period when you couldn't get a Nokia smartphone.
Yeah.
So for us to come back and get this level of interest and support from consumers has been super, super brilliant. The other thing that I would like to add is that our devices are now running on Android, and it's a unique take on Android, which I think consumers are embracing. As consumers begin to understand this, they are embracing it. It's what we're calling pure, secure, and up-to-date Android. Yeah.
And back in the day, it was known for good quality.
Yes.
Yes, am I right?
That you're right.
Everyone loved the 3310 because of the quality.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing that you can assure us now, even if you, even as you have ventured into the Android side?
The Nokia legacy is one of design, beauty, and durability. And we, as HMD, we are so focused on delivering this or continuing this legacy. So I'll give you an example. We're using very carefully selected premium materials because we want that whatever price category of a Nokia device that you buy, it should be and must be the most premium. We're spending about an hour just to manufacture a device, one device, from a solid block of aluminum. So we're going to really great lengths to deliver high quality devices in keeping with the Nokia legacy. That's what consumers have known Nokia for, and that's what, you know, as they're coming back into the stores and finding our phones on Android, that's what they're expecting. Yeah.
And how's the re-entry of the 3310 doing?
The 3310, you know, the 3310, we did it as a bit of fun.
Yeah.
We were launching, and we thought, what better way for people out there to know that HMD is working really closely with Nokia than to reintroduce an iconic Nokia device such as the 3310. So that's what we did. And initially, the numbers that we had were only about 25% of the numbers that we eventually sold. So it did really well. It surpassed all our expectations. And in fact, it's still selling now. And it's the device that last year really contributed to us reaching #1 in feature phone sales in terms of value.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And following on from the 3310, we are also now recently introduced the 8110, famously known as the Matrix phone. It's the phone that Neo clicks on and it slides and he does his thing. So we've reintroduced that phone as well. And already so far, we're getting really good reviews on that one.
And the feedback is amazing.
Yes.
All right, any last words, Mark, as we shut our interview down?
Okay, so I'd just like to say that if you're watching and you're considering a new phone, either for yourself or for your loved one, if you could just consider Nokia as one of those brands that you're looking at. We're now on Android. Our Android is it's pure, it's not customized. You've got a lot of memory space, good battery life, and we have a very good range of devices. Just this year, we've launched 3 new devices, ranging in price from 45,000 all the way down to 8,000, and all of them launching with the latest version of Android and upgradable to the next version. So it should be one of the phones that you check out. I know this Safaricom Open Day is happening this week.
All right.
There's good deals on our phones. So, you know, I would say if you're thinking about getting a phone, it's one of those that you should go and check out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you've had it. We've gotten to hear about the evolution of phones. We've gotten to hear about HMD. We've gotten to hear about Nokia and how it's now with the Android. I mean, I'll check it out. Yeah, you should check it out as well. Thank you so much, Mark. It was a pleasure having you in studio.